Hey guys, so if you're planning to buy the Casio G5600-UE, or you can say the Casio Tough Solar, which was like the lowest and the budget tough solar watch that you can get from Casio, then I want to tell you some of the issues that I've been facing with this watch. So let's start it. First of all, there is no intro of this video, and I don't know about this channel name because my channel names literally changes from month to month and time to time, so that's why I'm not gonna explain anything about this channel, subscribe or anything like this. I'm just making this video to be helpful for someone in the future. So if you're buying this watch, first of all, this watch durability, durability is top notch. In that case, you don't have to worry about it, but there is a little thing that you should be worried about it, that most all of the decent watches, this watch also has a con in its durability, that the front part here, you can say the border of this watch, it was not scratch proof. You can already see, but there is no scratch visible. It was scratch proof in for a certain level, not that you are rubbing this watch all over and not getting any scratches. I've been using this watch from 3 months and I never get any scratch on it, but recently 2 days ago, I think, I actually rubbed my watch with a brick, you can say the very rough brick. On that case, I got a little scratch over it, but it was not visible if until and unless you are looking here very closely in that case. So this is not a deal breaker at all, but I just want to told you that it was shock resist and very much scratch resist, but not in that case it was totally unstoppable, undestructible, anything like that. And rather than that, there is also something the accuracy issue. The accuracy issue states that this watch also comes with a power saving mode when you are not using your watch from 10 p.m. to morning 7 a.m. and until and unless in the morning, until and unless you are taking your watch in your hand, and after that, until and unless you are pressing any button or showing it some light, in that case it will not go on. The display will go totally blank. In that case, the display will go totally blank. It does not matter that the watch was not working. On that case, the watch was working inside of it, but the actually display was blank to save the power. In that case also, I just want to told you that whenever I'm using the power saving mode and in the morning, I usually wake up and see this watch, and there is an issue I am facing. There is a little 1 second to 2 second difference, and this watch actually comes with 50 plus and 50 minus millisecond watch accuracy in terms of month to month. This month is January, and when you are shifting from January to February, there is a 50 millisecond plus minus difference. In that case, your watch can go 50 millisecond upward, I mean forward, and 50 millisecond backward, in that case, in terms of time. Okay, so this watch was facing 2 to 3 second delay in that case when I'm using the power saving mode, and I thought that this is something issue with my own, but I have the watch of my friend also. Then I also told him about it, and he also said this is the same issue that he's been facing. So that's why I recommend you, if you are really precise with your time, every second matters to you in terms of exam or anything like that. So I just want to told you that stop using the power saving mode. It will significantly actually saves the battery, but you just don't need any millisecond or second drop. In that case, stop using the power saving mode. I also stopped using the power saving mode. Okay, so the third issue says that it's backlight. Its backlight was you can say the LED luminescent backlight, something like that, LED backlight. It was meant to be for power saving and also for the bright. It was quite bright in the dark and also quite bright in when you're in a shady place, or you can say a little shade was on it, and it was quite bright. Even in the daylight it was quite bright, but you can say the backlight has some issues. The backlight issue was says that it has some auto backlight feature. You can say when you are wearing this watch and when you tilt it, there is a backlight, auto backlight feature. You can see that there is a watch. In this watch, you can see there is a LT sign here, little LT sign here. In that case, this LT sign signifies that whenever you are wearing your watch and when you tilt your wrist, the watch light will automatically glows up to be visible in the dark to see the time. So you don't have to manually press your each button for light to see the light time. Actually, it was like quite handy feature, but I just want to told you that actually I just want to tell you that. So this watch backlight, auto backlight feature is not that much accurate in that case. Accuracy means like whenever you are like tilting your hand, it should be like a very significant angle, it should be on a very significant angle, like you are not like not actually like this, but actually like this. I actually can't explain you until and unless you are wearing this watch and like experience this by your own self. So that's why the accuracy was a little bit bad in that case. So the accuracy is quite good in terms of like 2 to 3,000 watches like smartwatch or anything like this, but it's not a deal breaker at all. I think like when you are using your watch for like 10 times for this auto backlight feature, there would be like a accuracy of like 8 times it will work, but significantly 2 times it won't work actually. But there is a actually I'm like telling you the chances, might be it can work like 10 to 10 out of 10 times, but I actually don't see about it. So that's why I'm telling you. And the backlight feature was also quite good and everything is quite good. And rather than that, let's come to our like fourth or fifth, I don't know which issue is this, but let's see. The fifth or fourth issue I actually can't remember. The fourth issue actually, that this watch battery was quite good in terms of like that, but if your watch comes out of the box like in medium, so in that case you have to be very patient about it to get into the high. So you just don't have to put it under the sunlight like direct sunlight was facing on it. No, you just don't have to put it like that. Even it was like mentioned in the instructions also that you just don't have to put the direct sunlight on it. In that case the pixel can get damaged and you are not going to get any warranty in that case. So you just have to be very specific whenever you actually charge your watch. Like if this is like a sun, I will just want to tell you like the comparison. So sorry guys, so sorry, actually my table was a little messed up, so that's why I don't actually properly record. So yeah, this was steady now. And if I want to just give you any comparison, let me just unplug it. I don't think my laptop screen can get into this frame, but let's see. Yeah, okay. So in that case, like you can see this is like the sunlight, you can just compare it like a sunlight. Okay, so in that case, if this is like a sunlight, you just don't have to put it under like this or like this or like this. You just have to put it like, you can say this actually charges on the like the photon principle. In that case, like the photon particles, whenever the photon particles actually hit this, in that case it will going to be charged. So photon particles usually emit from like LED bulbs, or you can say the small yellow bulbs which has a lithium actually like a filament thing inside of it, or you can say some fluorescent bulbs, or you can say other anything kind of sources which actually produce some heat and you can say produce enough light to be get charged. But these sources are actually not that much relevant to charge this watch, because it was like the watch actually sorry, the sun actually produces like, I can say I somewhere around read 80,000 to 90,000 lux of like power or something like that, or I actually can't remember anything like that. So in that case you just have to put it under the sunlight. Okay, so I just want to give you a little comparison. Sorry, the light was turned off. So I just want to give you a little comparison what you should do. Okay, so if this is like the sun, you just don't have to put it like that. Like this is the sun, you should put it like in something like a little shade, like this is the sunlight pouring out, like pouring out in your like some flow. So in that case you can put it right outside of it, yet like there is a shade but there is a little sunlight which was like near of it. In that case the photon particles will still come to it and will still get charged. And also from medium to high it will take like around you can say it will take like around like 4 to 5 days. Okay, 4 to 5 days, like and each day you just have to charge your watch like 5 to 6 hours. I think 5 to 6 hours would be very high. I think 4 to 3 hours actually. And I was like very impatient about it when my watch got medium, because it was medium out of the box and I just want to get it to high. So I have literally experienced about it. And also there is a like little principle of medium and high section. Like whenever the watch is in your medium section, the watch battery should be lying on 40% to 80%. So in that case it matters actually what is the battery percentage of your watch. Also you can't actually see what percentage is your watch actually. And like whenever it was like above 80%, in that case it will go on high automatically. So yes, so it will take a lot of significant time to get from medium to high. And in that case you should be very patient and should not actually put your watch under direct sunlight, should be outside of it, or like some little shade, or like this is the like a total window and like the sun is pouring out. Like in that case there is a little shade, right? There is a little base, you can say, of the window. In that case you can put it right here, so that the watch should get a little heat enough. Also, whenever the watch actually charging, the back of this watch gets a little much heated. Okay, so in that case you should not actually put your watch like directly out of the like, oh, it was like charged, okay, let's put this watch. No, in that case you can get a significant like burn marks here if your like skin is a little sensitive. So in that case you just have to keep your watch aside for like 10 minutes so that the watch could easily get cooled down in that case. Also I just don't want to like mock you, but in that case I also want to like tell you that whenever this watch gets from medium to high, like you are like some of the peoples are there also like me who are like studying this watch, and like after every 10 minutes, like it was in medium, okay, after 10 minutes it was in medium, after 10 minutes it was in medium. In that case, when it is get medium to high, you can like see that, right? Medium to high, there is a like a little toggle like thing. There is like, okay, I'm going to turn on the light. So like there is a like little a bar, it will go from this to this in here. So there is a high little writing below it. So in that case you are like, oh, it got medium to high. In that case you just have to don't like, yes, this get high into it. No. In that case, whenever the watch gets like high instantly, in that case you have to put your watch for like more like also more like 2 hours, maybe like one extra day. Because whenever it's get to from medium to high, I actually over told you that the watch battery principle, that from in high section it actually signifies that the watch was on 80% or like above it. So maybe your watch just hit the 80% mark and you are like putting your watch again back to it and like wearing it. In that case it will go again to medium. Like it was not going to significantly drop anything, like it was going to be 79%, 78%, something like that. But you just have to what's the whole part here, what's the whole actually point here? To make your watch from medium to high for like a very long time. In that case, whenever your watch gets like from medium to high instantly, for just don't try to actually use it until and unless like it gets a little extra 2 to 3 hours or even a day extra to be get fully charged, so you don't actually worry about it more like after that. So I actually did the same mistake, and my watch actually got from medium to high, and I like pulled out my watch and like wore it, and no, it also again it get to medium from high. So I actually faced this issue, and I thought this watch has some defects or something like that, but I have like read like millions of articles you can say the millions of articles. So after I realized that this principle was working on that case. Okay, so this is everything that I have want to told you. Yes, and the last part was very interesting, that from medium to high you should like, whenever it gets from medium to high, you should wait for like more extra 2 to 3 hours to be get charged it. So you should put it for the charging again to be get fully charged, actually like above 80% at like 80 to 89%, 90% you can say. So in that case your watch will be get fully charged and you are like hassle free like using this watch. So yeah, this is everything about this watch. And rather than that, this watch are like crazy, you can say. The watch is like the daily beater, and I'm wearing this watch like from morning to night till sleep and everything like that. Also not using it inside of the toilet, so You just have to be very specific about it, like keep this watch a little hygienic, like. And also this watch, like grooves are, you can see here a little, you can see the grips or grooves of this G-Shock, which makes it a little unique. And this is also the signature of the G-Shock. So in that case, these grooves are get a little like messy, you can say, little like dust particles easily get inside of and like settle there. So you just have to be very specific about like cleaning it, because this watch should be like this watch was like made to like last for like decades. So you should be like caring for this, like it should last like decade. Okay, it should last like decade. So that's why everything about this video. Sorry for anything, any word that I got wrong, because I am not very much fluent in English. So in that case, actually consider it. So yeah, so peace.